you for joining me. Well, right now we're going to take a look at the focus of criticism and where that manifests itself in the Tuckman processes. So let's see if we can just set the scene for us. Criticism goes on. Whether it's overt or covert is important, and whether it's part of cliques is equally important. So you might be able to sort of see why we're heading in a direction here. Also, we have to ask ourselves, does criticism enable us to build trust? Let's think about why we sometimes might wish to suppress criticism. Well, it's often suppressed because there's a fear of conflict, and that's quite understandable. I'd like to see it as something that is manifest, it's there, and what we need to do is to lead and manage our way through it. Now, the fear of conflict may in itself result in some sort of artificial harmony where on the surface it appears that people are getting along okay. However, the covert messages are very different to that, and as I'm sure you've all seen and perhaps experienced, those covert messages, those hidden messages, are the ones that travel, and they're the ones that do the damage. They are also the ones that contribute to an absence of trust in the team in every stage of its development, and I would suggest that the team actually won't make it through its developmental stages where there is that absence of trust. So to trust each other, we have to have a very clear understanding about how we can accept and work with criticism in a positive and developmental way. Alright, so let's take a look at what's going on, shall we? So the focus is criticism, and in the forming stage it's covert, so it's hidden. It may be contained just to sort of conversations between ones and twos. It may be about other team members, it may be about the team leader, it may be about the management leadership, the overall direction of the organisation. It actually doesn't matter too much as the specifics of what's being criticised here. The fact is that it's being kept closed, and it doesn't take too much of a leap of imagination, does it, to see how that could start to feed almost the chat, the conversation of cliques, little groups within your group that really aren't going to help us at all. So maybe for management leaders, supervisors, what we need to be thinking about is to get things on the table and to ask our team, right, how are we going to handle criticism? So can you see what we're doing here? We're actually moving people in this area into a storming stage, because what we would like to do is to get the criticism out there and let's get it overt. What we're trying to do here, let's just reflect a little bit. We are trying to say that absence of challenge is not a good thing, because it breeds mediocrity, it breeds complacency. What we need to do is almost set a few ground rules about how we challenge, the clarity we seek, the manner in which it's done, whether it's done on agenda or any other business. Is it conversational? How are we going to handle it? What we're doing is to bring criticism from a covert place to an overt place. We're almost trying to drive out cliquism. We're trying to drive out holding on to those little toxic hotspots that eventually have got the capacity to damage a team and damage a team in quite a significant manner. Alright, so through the storming stage, let's just say we've been pretty sure-footed going through that, and we've got people used to the idea that we've all got a voice here. I think I've used a phrase before, we leave our stripes at the door at some meetings. We need to be able to speak candidly, because if we can't, we are driving ourselves towards mediocrity, and our criticism is now part of what we do. It is productive, and good things happen because of it. You can see, I think, that there's probably not too much of a gap between the norming process and the performing process here. In the criticism, not only is it productive, it's actually quite comfortable, and it's something that may be sought after. For leaders, managers, supervisors, there's quite a skill set involved in moving it from forming through the stages to performing and you might find yourself needing to check on it from time to time. How are we with this? Are we, using this in one-to-one conversations? How are you finding it? How are we going to use our team ethos when we're inducting new members to our team? And how does it help us tell us and other people our team's story? Okay, so to reflect, what we're looking at is how the focus of criticism can be embedded, so it's a very natural part of what we do as a team, and that it brings value to our team and beyond our team. So as leaders, as managers, supervisors, part of our role is developing those soft skills within ourselves and in our team, so that we've got a context in which criticism is sought after, valued, heard, and becomes part of team development plans and individual development plans. So let's focus down on perhaps how we're going to have conversations about this and how we're going to introduce it so it becomes a very natural part of what we do in our team. And as ever, good luck.